Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. In today's episode, it's New York Comic Con week. We will be there and we're going to talk about all the things that we're excited for.
Collecting is the way. Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 143. I am Migs here with Charlie. It's New York Comic Con week. What's
I'm pumped.
up?
I'm
Excited?
pumped. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a great con this year. We're going on Thursday and Friday, so everyone, if you're there, come look for
Find
us.
us.
We'll have some special things to give out to people. We teased one today. We dropped a picture. If you haven't seen it, go look at our Instagram account.
Yes.
It's me and Migs' Rokimotos. Let's go. We will
Go.
So we'll have something to give out that is along the lines of that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah, that's definitely cool. Look out for that. There'll be some other stuff that we'll probably be dropping on something else as well.
Yep.
But yeah, we're very excited to be there. Again, like Charlie said, Thursday and Friday we will be there. So for sure, if you see us, don't be afraid to come up to us, say what's up. We would love to talk to anybody that, maybe if someone that we don't know that listens to us, that'd be pretty crazy.
That would be cool.
But obviously, we do know some people will be there. It'd be awesome to get together with anybody in this collecting world for sure, because we're very excited. But this episode, we are going to talk about what we are really excited for, which is going to be from different companies, different products, and things that are going to be coming out at New York Comic Con that we are most excited for. Funny thing is, we have a lot of different things, a lot of different companies, and not really much Funko that we're going to talk about. We did talk about that last time with obviously their lineup or whatever. So now we're going to talk about the other things and the other companies that we love that we're really excited for, exclusives wise and things like that. So we'll get into that, as well as a little bit of Funko news later, because there's a little bit of an interesting product that supposedly is going to be coming out soon. So not New York Comic Con related, so we'll save that towards later on. But we'll start off right off the bat with something in the New York Comic Con world. So we'll talk about kind of one of the companies and then we'll move forward going from there. So one thing is, of course, Thrilljoy.
Yes.
So Thrilljoy is a big company that we have been really big fans of. It started last New York Comic Con, so this is like their year. Big anniversary, right? Unfortunately, we do know they don't have their booth, which kind of does suck.
It sucks.
And they don't have like an event or panel or anything like that. However, there will be some products potentially around at different booths, and the man himself, Brian, will also be there doing some autographs. So they're going to be at the actual Mystery Grail booth, which you remember.
Yeah.
I remember when we saw that the last time, they had just all those boxes. Mystery Grail seems kind of like it doesn't really, not many people really go after that stuff anymore. But they will have mystery bags with some Thrilljoy product, which is kind of an interesting. I know we both we see this more as maybe they're getting rid of stuff and whatever. Yeah. But it makes it kind of
cool.
fun, a cool way to kind of get stuff without knowing what it is and doing like a little mystery bag thing. But I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Obviously, they probably have a lot of stuff to get rid of.
I mean, hey, it's cool that they're doing something. It was a good way for them to get around to be there and still have a presence without their booth. But I agree. Like, I feel like it's just them getting rid of product, but I don't blame them for it. It's a good introduction for people who don't know what Thrilljoy is, because there's still plenty of people who don't. They'll get a cool product. Brian will be there to sign it for you. And I mean, it's just disappointing they're not having their booth, because as we've said multiple times, I mean, they were the king of New York Comic Con last year. I feel like they probably could have been again this year. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just sucks because I'm like, not really. Like, if we walk by that booth and Brian's there, it's cool, but I don't think we really are going to make a point to have to go there, because like it's nothing great. Like, I know for a fact, like, I'm not going to buy one of those blind bags. Like, it's just,
yeah. I mean, we're not really in the, in that place where we're just want to get one just to get one. Who knows what it's going to be and, whatever. But it is cool that at least they're going to have something and that he will be there, because I was actually, wondering if he would be. And then it came out that he's going to be doing signing, doing some autographs. So that's actually kind of cool to at least want to bring something, you can bring it to him and then you can have them sign it, or you can talk for a second or here and there. But um, it will be weird not seeing like the actual booth because, like you said, that was huge when we went.
Super
That
pumped.
took over everything. They did an amazing job. We said it right away that like that was such a big like way for them to unveil like the company. And obviously it was different back then. It was like the panoramic style, bigger ones,
Yep.
whatever. I could just imagine if it was these new style
People
ones,
be
how many
going
people would
nuts.
be ripping them and stuff. Like, yeah, so unfortunately we're going to be missing out on that. But I'm sure some people will have them. They'll be around, and hopefully, there's ways so you to still be able to get something out of this new product and that line. So interesting thing, but at least they will be there. So that's kind of like the Thrilljoy news. Nothing crazy, nothing that we know of, except for the fact that the new autograph time that they said. I believe he's going to be there Friday and Saturday. I think.
Yes, I think that's what
I
it
saw.
is. Yep, it's Friday and Saturday. But and then just to go off that, another company we obviously love, who will not be having a presence there, but it's kind of along the lines of what Thrilljoy is doing. Of course, Rokimoto. They're gonna have. I mean, it's a pretty sick exclusive. I wish it was a different colorway, but it is what it is.
It's a great colorway.
Yeah, we're getting a Snoopy in the puffer jacket,
Yep.
New York like style of it basically looks like the Yankees away jerseys with the gray, and then the navy New York, and these are sick. I'm super happy that they're doing something, and I like that it's like special for this.
Yeah.
That it's not just no hate on other companies, but a lot of companies do this as well. Like this is special for New York Comic Con, but it's still the Rokimoto style of one of their. I know Snoopy's not their character, but that's like a big thing they're doing right now. But this will be at the Toy Tokyo booth.
Yes.
It's limited to 2,000, and as far as I know, this is all that they're gonna have there. Which is another thing that's a huge bummer because we were really looking forward to getting to go to that booth as well. But at least they have a presence there.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this because they haven't really said anything, obviously, except for this, but it makes you think like maybe they will have other products there at Toy Tokyo, or for instance, even like some of the other like reseller like booths
Agreed.
and stuff. Like there's always booths that have tons of Funko Pops and whatever. Like I could still see some of them maybe having some type of product from Rokimoto or even Thrilljoy, let's say, right? The pricing is gonna be interesting because most of the time those people usually upcharge and a lot of stuff. So it will be interesting. But I feel like if we're really like looking out for it, we might be able to find some product somewhere. And if we do, and if it's decently priced, I'm sure both of us
We'll
would
get
be, able to get it and at least try to rip some stuff over there. But it is a bummer that they don't have like an official booth. We're not getting like those vending machine style things. Like a lot of stuff that we saw at San Diego Comic Con and the Anime Con stuff that they were doing. We were so excited for like, oh, when they come to New York, this is going to be it. And, unfortunately it's not. And it kind of stinks because, we were kind of under the impression that they would be. And then, obviously a lot of stuff changed that they're not going to be. But it makes me think like, because there hasn't been an announcement of this, I don't think, but like is Mike and Gabby and them like Dave, like are they gonna be there? I'm assuming they still would go, like they're fans and stuff like that.
I agree. I would hope, unless they have other stuff going
like
on.
are they just gonna be around, or are they not gonna go, or will they be at different places? Like who knows? Brian was officially announced for the Thrilljoy one, but we haven't really seen much about like Mike's side of things. So
At all.
I would hope he would go. I would assume he would, but hopefully
Another
we see
thing,
him
though,
because we definitely want to.
$7 $bucks a pop booth is going to have the Astro Boy.
Yes, that's the other one
figure too. So even though weirdly, I've gotten that actually already at Miniso. So if you're looking for that figure and you want it, it should be popping up at Miniso. So
so that's pretty cool to at least have that option that you can go out there and get that. But yeah, I'm excited for that for sure, because that's been a company that we have definitely supported since the beginning, and we will continue to do so. So it'd be great if we can see them or meet any of them while we're there. That would be fun for sure. This other company is something that we've talked about before. We've gotten their stuff in previous cons, and I love this. Even my daughter loves these. She thinks they're hilarious. And it is, of course, Butts on Things. And if you guys haven't seen this or you don't know anything about it, obviously, if you're listening, I'll try to describe it, but definitely come watch on YouTube if you haven't already. If you are, you're gonna see some of these things popping up. And if you haven't seen these, they're
These
amazing.
are awesome.
So there is a company. So I believe it's Brian Cook, I think is his name, the artist, and he's amazing. And his artwork is hilarious. Everything has like a butt to it, basically, right? He takes something and he puts like a little butt on it. He does pins. A lot of times the pins are exclusive, or he'll have regular ones or first to market type of stuff, whatever that he comes out with. And obviously he goes to a lot of conventions. They have tons of stickers as well. And even some other products and stuff that he'll do. But the pins are like the big thing that we love. San Diego Comic-Con had a really cool run of some awesome exclusives. And this time we're getting four specifically for the con. So one of them is going to be like a glow in the dark moon, which is pretty cool. Like the fact that he's doing glow, because there's another one that also glows in his pins, is really cool. So this one's a glow one. This one's not in New York Comic Con, but it's like a first.
It's a
like,
debut.
Of this pin. So it could be one that maybe he'll have going forward. But he did describe it as like, spooky season, Halloween, and the color and stuff. So it's like perfect for coming out in New York Comic Con. Then we have three that are actually New York Comic Con exclusives. One of them is the Butro card, which of course is a Metro card, which anyone from, New York, New Jersey, this area, if you ride the train, subway, you know about the Metro cards. Obviously, you got to have one type of thing. But this on there is pretty funny. And the names, like the background, everything that he does is like so cool on like the artwork and everything that he does. Like, it's awesome. And then East Coast thing here as well. And I mean, I'm from Massachusetts where it's like really huge.
Yeah.
Dunkin'. So we're getting a Bunkin with a coffee cup.
I want this one.
I want all of these.
So
a coffee cup from Dunkin' Donuts. And he obviously changed the name, Bunkin'. And this one is like really cool. It's obviously the coffee cup. You got the background. Like I said, everything he puts into this is like really awesome. So excited for that one. And then the last one, this one's also very cool. If you have watched or you have not, where have you been? But K-pop Demon Hunters, he has the character Derp, which of course is one of the like cat weird looking characters from the movie, with the flower pot. And even the flower, I don't even notice, two pins. It's two pins. The flower pot's got a little butt, and then the Derp obviously is looking back with his butt. But the cool thing about him is that one glows. So the stripes on it also glow, which is super sick. So those exclusives are like amazing. He knocked it out of the park with all those, including the new glow.
The fact that was manufactured pretty quick for Funko.
Dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's on it. But Brian Cook, definitely check him out. BrianCookArt.com, or obviously on Instagram at Brian Cook Art, or even the Butts on Things. And if you haven't heard of this, definitely check him out, because you can even go to his site. He has a Linktree site, and you buy some. I think you buy them directly to like a Etsy shop that he has, I believe.
Etsy shop.
And a lot of ones that maybe you didn't sell before, he'll have on there. He even has a book. I actually got his book through Amazon, which was like a coloring book, activity book, and I got it for my daughter. She thinks it's hilarious, and each page is like something different with like butts on it. So it's kind of funny, but it's so unique and different is really why, like, when we started seeing it for the first time, I remember being like, oh, this is awesome. I definitely want to support this. I remember, and the line gets crazy at his booth for his like pins. Like, he'll also have like everyday type pins that he always has up there. Like, he'll have like Star Wars ones, like Yoda, Spider-Man, like other people like that. Yeah, but then the Apple exactly. But then he has these exclusives, which obviously sell out pretty fast. So definitely check out. He's they're limited to a certain amount. He's going to spread them out. But I'm excited for that one.
Me too. I'm so pumped. And the one thing too, that for people who are going, and if you've never heard of him, the one thing to know, he's always located in the artist alley, not the show floor. Which, like, I get, but at the same time, I feel like he's an elevated brand enough. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not like doing any art there. Like, I'm surprised he's not on the main show floor, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because we've seen, and we've also bought from some other artists who have like some of those horror ones that I have, like
they're on the main floor.
Different people, and some of them are on the main floor. Yeah, they have a little booth. Like, there's usually their side, which is more artist type, but on the main floor. And it is interesting, that he's not. But I mean, it's still cool because he's an artist, so I guess he
Oh,
loves being down
totally.
there. But yeah, it's true. He's not like really doing the
I just
art
feel like
there. He's
he'd
just selling
actually
his
get a
product.
little more exposure at the con if he
I
was on the
agree.
main floor.
Yeah, I agree. Because Artist Alley, not everyone really goes down there. I mean,
Goes
it gets
if you're not
full
into
of
it.
people, obviously, but it's a little bit more specific people who really know about artists and like comic artists and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, that's one company I'm definitely gonna be buying from.
Another company that I'm super excited for is none other than Mischief Toys. And Mischief Toys always goes hard at New York Comic Con, and this year is
Yeah,
no different. They're calling it Mischief in Manhattan, and there's going to be new exclusives every day. They haven't announced them all yet. They kind of only given you a tease of day one, but they're going off with a bang with this. We're getting the Statue of Mischief, which is kind
yep,
of their logo this year for the con. But I mean, it is basically the miniature version of the Statue of Liberty, but it's like drawn on. It's got the ghastly horns. But then the other thing I love about this, all of their characters, there's miniature versions like hidden
yeah, in
throughout
it.
here. Um, I mean the gargoyle, the Demonstro's in the like fire. We have Mortem. I mean, like, I actually think this is such a cool piece too. It's completely unique. It's not a mold that they've done before. It's for the con. I absolutely love it. It's only limited to 250 pieces, and then there's a LE28 of the figure that's all in red. And
Hmm.
another thing they're doing, once again, they're smart. They're getting on the bandwagon of blind bags. These are gonna be in a blind bag, so you're not gonna know if you got that chase. I think this
Yeah,
figure's absolutely incredible. Um, Before I go into more stuff, like, what do you think about this? Because this is a pretty
yeah.
cool piece.
No, it's super cool. I mean, the concept of them having like the regular one and then like a quote unquote chase to say, right, which obviously is more limited, like that really is cool. Obviously it's red for the Big Apple, New York, that's kind of what they're going for. But I'm not gonna lie, the regular version I think I probably like better, like
So do
just because
I.
of all the colors, because you're getting the actual Ghastly up at the top and his traditional colors, you're getting the Mortem at the bottom, like more traditional as well. So like that is just like really cool, but I like that they have a different version. Even the face is different on both of them. Like one is just plain in the red, and the other one he has like pictures and a mustache and things like that. So like you're getting completely different, not molds, but like the artwork and everything on them is different. But I do love that they are doing this blind bag thing, because when it first came out, I was kind of like how are you gonna is it gonna be the same box, and then when you open it it's like different, like how are you not gonna know, or people just gonna buy them right? So I was a little confused, like the randomness of how you were gonna get it. But then we saw they're gonna do like a blind bag, and we don't know if they're loose in the bag or if they're in a box in a bag, but either way the bag's obviously gonna be kind of what hides it. You don't know what you get, so you rip it
Yeah.
open. So that's even more exciting than just being able to get it, is the fact that you don't know which one you're gonna get and that kind of thing. So this is definitely something that I'm sure will be very popular every year, at least for the last 2 years that we have been going and they've been at New York Comic Con. Their booth has been very big and it's been very busy. The
Popular.
line is always crazy and people go there right away. And there's always like sellouts and stuff. So, this being something that's going to drop on that first day, you're definitely going to want to go to that booth if it's something that you're interested in, for sure. Um, and I definitely like this, along with the other things that you're going to mention.
Yeah, another thing too that's awesome is they actually have a pin that they've already showed too. They're big on pins. So, we're gonna be new pins every day. It's
Hmm.
Ghastly eating a hot dog out on a hot dog stand. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's awesome.
they're just going like straight up like classic Manhattan. They also love apparel. There's gonna be hats, t-shirts. They've dropped their shirt this year too. I mean, it's got the Liberty on it, and then it's got all the
Yeah,
character. Like, this shirt is actually really sick. Like, I feel like Mischief Toys is the booth I'm gonna want to go to first. So I did that last year. Their stuff is limited too. Like, that's the thing, and this stuff does sell. It's not
yeah,
gonna
you can't
be.
wait.
If you're not getting this on the first day, like, you're not gonna get it the next day. It's like, one thing I do go back and forth. Like, their strategy, which I'm also gonna get into, is like, we don't know what the other stuff is because they're not gonna announce that till the end of day one for day two,
Yeah,
and a day two for day like
yeah.
I
Which I think
that
they did that last year
they
too.
did. They started
Yeah,
that last year. I mean, it's fun, but then it also I kind of just want to know also to
yeah, I
plan out
know,
like what
I
I
know.
want to do. But of course, they want you going to their booth first. every time, and I don't blame them.
Of course.
But another thing that they do to get you, I think this idea is brilliant. I'm shocked other companies haven't copied them. You wear Mischief Toys merch, they're giving you something for free, which is super cool. They're going to have buttons and free stickers, and stickers are also huge in the Mischief Toys world because they make them for every release. Every figure you get a sticker made specifically for that. It's not just like a throwaway random sticker. But then also, if you're wearing merch, you then have an opportunity to buy like another limited edition, like one of the good pins, and that's also going to be different every day. They did tease one on one of their lives. It's actually the Ninja Turtles, so that is just super sick. Yes,
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 I do
Ninja
remember.
Turtle would be cool if that is going to be a figure too. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, and then obviously if you're part of the Coven of Mischief as well, if you bring your coin, you can also get another free pin that they're made for this. Once again, like I just think they do everything right. Like they're only getting bigger and bigger. I'm sure their booth this year is going to be even bigger. It's gotten bigger every year.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll be cool to see what the artwork they're gonna have on their backdrop. Like they usually have something really cool
Yeah.
related to like something that they're dropping or like the con itself. And like you were saying, like that T-shirt is so sick. But like one thing that I love that they do, which we were talking about how some companies do this and some don't, but like they really hone in on like where they are. Like they're at New York Comic Con,
Yes.
so their stuff's gonna be related to New York. It's gonna be New York. You got the rat, you got the hot dog, you got stand, you got the Liberty. Like everything's gonna be. And then you didn't even mention
I
this.
didn't get
They're
to
gonna
it
have
yet. Yeah.
Pizza Ghastly.
Yeah.
New York's known for pizza, obviously,
It's so
right?
cool.
Like such a cool like Ghastly with like pepperoni and cheese melting down his like face and body. And that's going to be one of their figures like as a Ghastly that they're going to have as well that they're dropping. So like they're putting everything perfectly to fit, like, which is what we say other companies should do, and some do. And I get it, you can drop anything, it doesn't have to be like this, but it's so cool and unique when it is, because if it's an exclusive and it's special to that, it should be feel special to that. It shouldn't just be something that's limited, and they do a great job of that. But the pizza one's actually, I believe, online, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an online exclusive that drops on Thursday, the first day of the con. It's another thing. They realize they have a fan base that's not going to be able to get these. I mean, obviously, there's always a chance on the secondary market, but we all know how that goes. So they're giving them an opportunity to get something. So this is going to be the online release. So everyone could say they got one of the New York Comic Con exclusives, but it's only going to be available online, which another thing I think is just you can obviously show, I mean, we talk about them all the time, but, and of course, if you're listening to our podcast, I'm sure you listen to the Gastelcast, but like they truly are fans who create a company and it shows. They're legitimately doing cool stuff that they wish like the Funkos of the world did. And I can't give them more flowers because they actually keep elevating it every year. It just keeps getting better and better. And they're also having their Night of Mischief again, which I'm bummed that I'm not able to go to that this year. It just couldn't make it work. But that this year it's actually the first time it's actually going to be in the city.
Yeah.
It's not it's traditionally has been in New Jersey. And they're going to have sweet exclusives there. They're going to be dropping news. Like they've created a fun days in their universe, essentially.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, they love to really make it a weekend, not just like this small little event. I do want to point this out too, because this is another thing that they love to do, and it's amazing that they do this, is they work with artists, and they really love promoting these artists, because that pizza one is actually done by another artist. So Greener Kind, I believe is what his page is. He did one of the Dead Day zombies, when they had that like remember the three different zombies. He was one of the artists that did one of those as well. And he's obviously done a bunch of different art and stuff, and like really cool that they're working, with him. And I'm assuming he's the one that kind of really helped out with the pizza one. So like, it's cool to see that they do that. And they've always been like that, where like they'll work with other artists and they love like kind of collaborating and stuff like that. So
yeah, because it doesn't stop there, because they're also going to have collaborations again with Seventh Ink, which once again, that's brand there. They oh my god, I have a tongue twister. They mostly make kind of apparel and it's normally traditionally kind of black and orange, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
Halloween-esque themed stuff. Last year they had a figure and a pin. They had an exclusive shirt. I'm not 100. I don't quote me on this because I don't remember exactly what they said or if it's even been announced. They're making a collaboration with them again, but I don't think they've said what it is. I'm not sure if it's a pin, t-shirt, figure at all. But
yeah,
they're also doing another collaboration with Vertebrae 33, which they did last year. Last year was a Mordum like print and t-shirt and pin. I'm pretty sure they're doing a figure with them this year. And these are both just booths that Chris and Heather liked when they went to New York Comic Con.
yeah,
Started up a conversation with them, made a collaboration. What's even crazier too is Vertebrae 33 and Seventh Inc. have a collaboration this year, a pin, which is sick. Like you have to look at it. I haven't sent it to you. Like I feel like you're gonna want it. It's really cool. Obviously it's Halloween. That says like
yeah,
pumpkins. It just looks super sick. Yeah, Mischief Toys is where it's at, especially at New York Comic Con. Even though they're a smaller company, they really bring it there.
yeah. They definitely do not disappoint. Usually every year, honestly. So this will be just another year. They're getting bigger. They have more,
Yeah.
relationships and collaborations and things. So it's just making it harder to really complete
Excuse me.
everything that they come out with. So very excited for that. Another company that we also have been big fans of, especially during New York Comic Con, and it's a booth that we tend to try to go check out, is the 100 Soft.
Yeah.
So 100% Soft booth is, if you guys have not seen anything regards to dumpster fires, so the little dumpster fire vinyl figures with a little like rat and things like that on it. Usually that's kind of what they do. And they're another one that they lean really in on the New York aspect of this being New York Comic Con. And they usually, really bring out like cool exclusives that like are tied to that. So this year they are going to have a few. One thing is Truck Torrance, who is obviously like the artist, creator, and everything of Dumpster Fire. He will be there signing Friday and Saturday just for like an hour each day. He did this last year as well. So if you're able to get there, he'll sign, your figures or boxes or whatever. But this year we're going to get another pizza related. So
Yeah.
if you get this and the Gassi, that'd be pretty cool to have them together, huh? So we're going to see a Pizza Rat Dumpster Fire extra cheese edition, which we did get a Pizza Rat. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember, but we did get a Pizza Rat one. But this one, the entire dumpster itself is kind of like a pizza. So
Yeah.
like cheese and melton and pepperonis and stuff like that. So we will get that one. That's 1,000 piece LE. So will be a little limited. These usually sell pretty quick. If you get there and you jump in, they'll kind of let you know what's still available because they do allot these throughout the weekend. Because obviously, if you're not able to go one certain day, you should still have a chance to get these. So they like to split it around. Then we're getting a gem dumpster fire. So this literally is like, looks like a gemstone, like it's actually made out of stone. It's a stone edition. This one is only LE 800. So even more on the rare side. And then we're getting a popcorn dumpster, which this one is awesome. I
This
think
one
like
is
this is so
awesome.
cool. It's like a popcorn machine. What I like about it is that the dumpster itself is like see-through, so you can like
You see the
see the
popcorn.
popcorn inside. Then you got like the butter on top, that kind of stuff. A little bag of popcorn on top. So that one's also really cool. It doesn't show like an LE on that one, so I'm not
I
sure
think this is
exactly.
like a debut, kind of like the butts
Okay.
on things.
Yeah, so it'll be like something that is available going forward and stuff. So that was really cool. Yeah, because that's actually not even an exclusive. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'll just be a debut there. And then they also do a lot of pins. So we do have some pins of some of their characters, the raccoon, the rat. And then they love to do Marvel pins too, which is very random, honestly. Like, because they do all these things and then they always have like these cool Marvel pins.
They
And
have
they're usually like,
they make so
they're
much
like the
Marvel
little
stuff.
like emoji like faces as like characters, and they have a few of them that are like slide like double side like
which is
like it's
cool.
a
And the
pin that
mask is
slides
coming
over.
off.
Yeah, like a mask comes off on top of like Black Panther, Star-Lord, Iron Man, like people that have masks and stuff. So that one's a really cool one as well. A couple other Marvel ones, and yeah, it's definitely a cool booth that we generally always try to check out and see if we can grab something from there. But they may have some of their older ones and things that they had left over from last year as well. They're saying so.
Yeah, because remember, do
That's
you remember
cool.
last year they had that issue where like their pallets didn't come? Because we
Oh
didn't get anything from
yeah,
them last year.
yeah. Well, I remember. Yeah, a lot of stuff was there, and then like the line was always crazy, and it was like
Yeah,
you
it
had to
was
get a
weird.
ticket to come back at a certain time, but it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't as. I just remember last year the big thing was the bag of dicks. Which was
Yeah, it was so,
hilarious. So random, but so
they
funny.
are a funny company.
Yeah, but
Um,
very cool.
and then I feel like the last big company that we're excited for
Yes.
is none other than VeeFriends. I think I'm saving the best for last. I gonna make my prediction how last year Thrilljoy was king of the con. I do think VeeFriends has a really good chance of bringing it to the next level, and they will be kings of the con. I think their booth has always been really fun and open. I think it's gonna be really more elevated and sophisticated this year. They've kind of changed their look from, if you're a VeeFriends fan, you would know that, but from last year, like their logo is different. And I mean, their lineup is insane. And I'm gonna run through it because this is just, obviously Gary is a marketing genius, and this is showing it right here because there's stuff at multiple different booths for different companies. It's not just a VeeFriends, but VeeFriends has now been into the comic book game for a few months, but this is going to be the first con where they're at. This is going to be really big. And they're releasing 3 different comic books here. It's going to be first appearances for the Motivated Monster, the Versatile Viking, and the Notorious Ninja, which the Notorious Ninja is a big character at con last year because if everyone remembers, that's when Topps Chrome was announced, and they gave everyone that holy grail, which who would have known a free card there was that one card unopened was going for like $300 on whatnot. So he's kind of, Gary had mentioned at one point he picked the Notorious Ninja for the con because he thought, that kind of was a character that fit the New York Comic Con like goer. And then we're also going to be getting art prints of all of the like hard. That's another thing. Let me go back. The comic books are in blind bags. So there we go. Blind bag craze with the comic books.
Yeah.
You obviously have the common. All these are limited. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but they're all limited. And you have the common cover and then the, ultra rare variant, which you'll be able to buy art prints of the variant covers, which is super sick because a lot of the variant covers for these characters in particular are awesome. Then
real quick.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at one of the posts, so it shows like 5. Obviously, is number 5, 6, and 7. These are the issues that are coming out now for VeeFriends. It shows bundle. Is it all 3 that you get?
It's all 3. You get all 3 of them. And
Nice.
I'm happy you brought that up because another thing, and once I'm done with this, give me your commentary on it because there's a ton of products. That's why we save them for last. They've all up until now have been mini comics besides issue number 1, which was only given to Gift Goat NFT holders. 2 of these are going to be normal size comics.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be another new thing that's different. I'm pretty sure the Viking and the Ninja or the normal size, and the Motivated Monster is the mini. But what do you think of these?
These are amazing. These are sick. I mean, we've been fans of them, and their comics have come out, and each one usually, like, there's a story to it, but there's new characters that kind of get unveiled like every time they have a new issue. And obviously they've already had 4 that have come out. Like you said, the first one was obviously like, the big deal one, but then you got the other ones that they've been coming out with, which was the Duck was in one,
the Duck, the Fairy, Bad Intentions,
and Bad Intentions, yeah.
And then the Thoughtful 3 Horn Heartpick was the latest one.
Which is the latest one. So like these are all cool. They're all really cool characters, but what I love is like you're seeing them in like a different like art style and a different, like, you're just used to like seeing the cartoony looking thing, but like these are different versions of that. And it's like, it's really cool that they definitely are getting into this world. It's a interesting world for sure because it's big, it's a big world with comic fans, but I like the way they do it. I like that they have the art variants to the covers, so you don't know if you're gonna get just a common cover or like one that looks like cracked ice, like a crazy card, right? Like there's
Yeah,
like really cool different artworks and prints. So yeah, the fact that it's like a bundle is even cooler. I think that makes it even more exciting because it's like you can really get a array of them and not be upset that you just missed out on one. And this might get you into maybe trying to collect more of these.
exactly. And these are 3 awesome characters.
Hmm.
But then they continue with the comics. We're getting a free giveaway of a comic, which
Yes.
also comes with a free super sticker, and that's being given out at the Walmart booth. And I know a lot of people in the, Funko collectible world were like, Walmart has a huge booth this year. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And it hasn't, I don't think this has been announced, but I'm pretty sure the reason they're there is they're going to be starting their own live shopping. And I think Gary has made a partnership with them. VeeFriends stuff is going to be sold on it because obviously, if you aren't aware, Whatnot and VeeFriends are huge. I mean, that's basically where Gary sells where most of VeeFriends product is sold. But I mean, this is going to be a limited edition comic you can only get in New York Comic Con. It's got a bunch of characters, and you get a super sticker. I mean, I think this is super awesome, and it gets you over to the Walmart booth. I feel like a lot of people are going to be over there anyway because they're going to kind of be intrigued. Like, why is Walmart here? And then here, their free giveaway is a VeeFriends thing. I mean, I think this is genius.
Yeah, it's definitely smart for them to obviously collab. It's massive, but it is when we saw it on the floor of the map, we were like, "What the hell are they going to be doing there?" Which I mean, I guess they can sell anything at that point, so like it fits. But when you really tie it to like a company like this and you start seeing like, okay, they have this type of collab. And I mean, that same thing kind of happened that 2 years ago when eBay had that huge
Exactly.
booth. It was kind of like, all right, everyone knows eBay, but it was kind of like, oh, what is this? And it was a lot of people like collaborating with them, Funko
Funko
and
is
like
doing it.
some
Yep.
card companies. Forget the name of them, but they were all doing things like that, and it was like, okay, this is interesting. So now that's going to be probably a similar thing when it comes to the Walmart one. But what's cool about it is you're getting a free comic book, so it's like a cool comic book. This one obviously looks a little more comic-y, not as dark as some of the other ones in
Yes.
the
Very
official,
kid
right?
friendly.
Yeah, fits with the kids, and you're getting one of these mini super stickers, which this is obviously going to be the big thing. The mini super stickers, not just a regular super stickers like you've been mentioning, because there's going to be other ones I'm sure you're going to mention in a minute.
Yeah.
But Flex and Fox is kind of the one that you're going to
That's
get
the
in
only one you
this,
can
which
get
is
here.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, we'll go right into that. Another free giveaway, the mini super stickers. So super stickers are big in the VeeFriends universe. I mean, they're essentially cards that are stickers. We're getting all new characters. There's going to be different variations, other ones to collect. You're going to get a booklet there to see all of the ones that are available. But once again, they're free. There's 10 characters and 3 rarities to collect, and they're going to be giving those at the VeeFriends booth. So kind of last year, they were kind of giving out like just normal stickers, but this is going to be like in a card pack. You're going to have to open it. These are huge in the VeeFriends world. Once again, it's just another cool free giveaway. And then we're not even stopping there. We're getting another free giveaway, which is going to be a 4D puzzle of the motivated monster. So another thing that VeeFriends does, it's now been established, they kind of go hard with their, quote unquote Halloween characters in New York Comic Con because of when it is. And this is a free 3D puzzle by the brand Spin Master, which Spin Master is a huge toy company. Their number one thing that they make is Paw Patrol. So I'm thinking this is gonna be another collaboration. I'm thinking we're gonna be getting maybe some VeeFriends toys because they have the cartoons. This is another avenue for the kiddos, and this is like a first thing that they're giving away. Like, people would buy this.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
like one thing.
But it's a good way to get in front of more people, and like
Agreed.
then you can see when if they come out with other characters, or they do the toy route or whatever, like you can kind of be like, oh, more willing to like go and get it because you've already gotten one and it was free, and they introduce you to them. But like you said it before, but like he's just a genius when it comes to like what he does and how he markets his company, and it's really towards kids and adults, and it's like a big mix. And granted, sometimes he tries to bring out stuff for kids, and it turns out not to be so easily accessible, and it's
Yes.
not even a kid's product like Topps Chrome.
Chrome.
But he's still doing something. And like you said, they do have the cartoons, so they have the little cartoon shows. They have now these comic books for, the kid looking one and the ones that are more for the adults. But if they get into these like toys and stuff, like, yeah, they've already done figures. Like they have little mini figures, they have the tiny, tiny, tiny little mini figures, they have the bigger size figures. Like this just fits into another world that he can just get into. And it's pretty exciting.
It's funny. One thing that you just mentioned, which I want to bring up too, talking about how it's for all ages. It truly is. Gary says all the time, this is like a brand for 3-year-olds to 99-year-olds. And he's not lying when he says it. But like, it's interesting. I read all the comic books, and all of them so far have been like, they're kid friendly. The Motivated Monster one actually isn't. It actually has like a parental advisory, it's like rating on it, which is just shows like he's trying to get something for everyone,
Yeah.
which I really do like. And another thing, I'm also thinking you bring up the Topps Chrome debacle of not being accessible. I'm going with 2026 is going to be available at Walmart, and it's going to be more widely made. That partnership is definitely for a reason. But yeah, free stuff galore. And then the other one, which we've talked about before, is the Funko Pop, which these have grown on me more. I wanted them anyway because VeeFriends is now my main collection. But the one, I don't know. No, I do think we talked about this last time. It was known. But so the gold one, you're only going to be able to get at the VeeFriends booth. And that's the one that's limited to 3,000. And then the one that's limited to 1,000, that's silver, is only available at the Funko booth.
Yeah.
So at least they're giving people an opportunity to get both. I know we mentioned this last time. I'm sure VeeFriends was a little upset that we were saying how last year, like when you talked to people at the VeeFriends booth, they didn't really know what was going on at Funko. I'm sure they got feedback and people were pissed of like their fan base. So this was their way to like dip in both and get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. No, it does. And we talked about it, and we like I kind of like the gold one better already. Like I was saying, that's probably the most likely one that we should have a chance at getting. Because obviously the Funko booth, we don't have actually reservations to get in there. So but I like that they split this up. We talked about this last time as well. Like they should have done this with different characters, have it be like one at the booth, one in New York, one at the Funko booth, one at the VeeFriends booth, and then next year it's a completely different character because we don't like that they redid the Jolly Jacko. But if it's New York Comic Con, if it's Halloween time, there's other ones that do as well, though. So that can't just be the only reason that they went with this. But we don't have to go down that rabbit hole because we did for a while before. But this is a cool way to get you into the Funko world, or Funko people getting into the VeeFriends world. We've always said that, and it definitely seems like it's something, at least a partnership that is growing, I would assume.
And just when you thought we're done, we're not. So we got more to go. So now we're into pins. So we're gonna.
Pins, man, these are sick.
These pins are sick. And another thing that was genius, obviously to make more moolah, but so the pins are 2-packs, awesome characters, Motivated Monster and Fearless Fairy Pin, which the Fearless Fairy Pin is a half of a heart. And then that one you can get at the VeeFriends booth. But then at the Pin Club booth, you can get the Reliable Rat, which he's holding pizza. So this really is the year of pizza at New York Comic Con. And then you get the Bad Intentions, which is the other side of the heart. So if you want both of those to go together, you have to go to 2 different booths to get them. It can be annoying, but it's also genius at the same time.
Terrible.
And then this is kind of free, this last pin. If you get anything graded at the CGC booth, you will get a VeeFriends Gem Mint 10 pin that is kind of like the Notorious Ninja Star going through it. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to bring something to get graded just to get this pin. But yeah, so we got pins, and now we're almost done. So then our last 3 things, and then I want to hear what you think about all the stuff makes, is so we're getting Notorious Ninja Friends caps. So Friends caps is a thing in the VeeFriends world. They're super sick. Migs actually just got his first ones. They're pretty clean hats, and it basically says the trade on the front, and then on the side it's got the character. I mean, they're really subtle. They're not like gaudy or in your face. Like they're pretty stylish for a VeeFriends type merch. And once again, these things sell out immediately when they drop, but now we're getting 2 different colorways. They're actually the Whatnot colors, and one you can get at the Whatnot booth only, and the other one you get at the VeeFriends booth. So that's another fun thing to get you to go all over the place for VeeFriends merch. Then we have a tote of the Motivated Monster, which just looks super cool. And then we're getting Jolly Jacko socks, and that ties a bow on the VeeFriends merch, which is it is a lot this year.
Yeah, it's definitely loaded, and where we probably will be spending most of our money, to be
Agreed.
honest. Because everything they're coming out with is great.
I want.
It's the comics are great, the stickers are great, the pins are great. We're in a world now, and I think me and Charlie are both in this world where we're still collecting, we're still collectors, but the smaller things that we can collect, we usually will go after more.
Agreed.
And that is why we shifted to cards and we shifted to stickers and pins, right? And even comic books, rather than just pops and big figures and vinyl stuff. Like, obviously, we still have them here and there, but this is just screaming all of that, except for obviously the pop. But
Yeah,
like,
it'll be the one pop we want.
Yeah, it's like exactly. And it's just a perfect way to get stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of running around. We're definitely going to have to be making sure that we're on it. I know kind of like I believe it's the same thing because we're going Thursday, Friday. Thursday is definitely going to be the day like we got to get the stuff we want to get. So then we can kind of chill. Friday, more chill. Maybe we'll do some content creating type stuff on that day. Because I know a lot of the stuff we want to make sure we get it. And between the Mischief Toys booth,
I know
this booth,
I'm really
butts on things selling, like it's gonna be
I know it's like funny. It's just like I'm like, do I have to go to the VeeFriends booth for like? It's like it's gonna be.
And it's not even just the VeeFriends booth. It's
I know
they're at another
Agreed.
booth, and
it's
like,
you gotta
so it's
feel
gonna
it
be
out the first day, like really how big VeeFriends presence is.
Well, yeah, because there's the hardcore people, and what's funny is the two, like all of these have kind of hardcore fans, but like VeeFriends and Mischief Toys, like their fans are like
They're two of the worst
fans.
ones. Yeah, agreed.
So it's like we got to go with the crazies. It's gonna be nuts. But yeah, overall amazing. Everything on there. The pins I think are sick. Obviously the comic books are really sick. Super stickers being free, that's awesome because that's just gonna be fun to collect and stuff. But yeah, oh man, it's gonna be interesting. I think the only thing I'm just like whatever about is the socks. I don't need the socks.
Yeah, I know. Like everything, those pins are sick. I want the hat. I just need to decide.
Awesome.
Yeah, everything. They knock it out of the park with merchandise. Like it just, I mean, it is what it is because that's what they do.
Yeah, they are definitely getting bigger. They're definitely. I mean, like you were saying, that Walmart like connection that they're gonna have obviously is gonna mean more than just this one comic at New York Comic Con. So yeah, I completely agree with you that it's a way for them to get some of their other products and things into the hands of more people, like maybe even the cards, like you were saying. So hopefully that is what happens, and we'll see. But very excited for that part of Comic Con for sure. Like that's gonna be a booth I know we're really, really excited about checking out and trying to do what
if you're looking for us at Comic Con, everything. That's your best bet.
Yeah,
to
chances
probably
are
find
we're
us.
there. If it's not early and we're at Mischief Toys, we're probably over there. So, that is for sure. So another thing. So I think we have like two kind of big topics we want to talk about. One, I want to talk about just, I mean, not to tie it with VeeFriends, but it kind of was tied to VeeFriends a little bit. And it's news. We don't talk about this kind of news all the time. We don't talk about like we talk about dramatic stuff, whatever. But like this is pretty intense. It's kind of crazy. But in the news in Los Angeles recently, so there's a company called Cool Kicks, which most people should know. They're pretty big, like millions of followers. Like they're massive. They have been around for a long time. They are essentially a reseller. That's what they're most known for, especially like sneakers, shirts, apparel, hats, things like that, jewelry, watches, whatever. That's kind of like been their big thing. They're based in LA. They've been around for a while, and they did a little bit of a collab. Speaking of, because you were talking about the hats,
Yeah.
so it made me think about it. Actually, they did a collab with Gary and VeeFriends, which they had a Whatnot stream, which they're pretty big on Whatnot. I didn't realize like how big they were on Whatnot, which makes sense because that's like the big
Yeah,
auction like
exactly. Bread and butter
app
for
and
them.
site right now, right? So they had a collab and they came out with two hats, two, right? Legendary or
Yeah,
three
and
hats,
it
maybe
was
something like that. Oh, actually, it
4,
was
but
like
it
four
was
hats. Yeah,
4 hats, but like 2 like characters.
yeah, just different colorways. They
Yes.
basically came out with. Yeah,
They typically get 2 colorways per character
per
is
hat.
what
Yeah,
it's
so it
been.
was legendary lemur and
Awesome African civet. I don't
oh
know,
yes,
whatever.
which is like an interesting one.
Yeah.
Which I grabbed two of the hats. I got one that was like a white, black, red colorway, of course, for like Falcons type colorway. And then I actually ended up getting one which is like the camo, like this new, that's like a new thing now. The really crazy camo with sticks and all that stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. Which people wear shirts, pants, whatever. It's a weird like look, but I accidentally kind of actually got that, which is a funny story. But we were like waiting for them to post stuff up, and then like as they were doing it, like Charlie's like, "Oh, they're gonna have the black and red, like the Falcons one. You're gonna have to grab that." I was like, "All right," and then they put up this one, and I was in the like buy it now section, whatever, and I saw it pop up, and I just like clicked on it, and everyone was going nuts for this, saying this was gonna be the hot one, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get this. All of a sudden, it was like, "Thanks for your purchase," and I was like, "Dude, I got a hat," and Charlie's like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "The freaking camo." I was like, I don't know if I'll wear that, but I mean, I'm gonna have to rock that now. But who knows? But anyways, back to the drama. So that was all cool and fun games, whatever. Then like a few days later, we get like news alerts everywhere on Instagram. Big like resellers and stuff are talking about it, that they got raided, which is pretty crazy. And it was actually during
During a
a
live
different
stream.
live stream that they were having on Whatnot. And you could see the video where the guy, the main owner guy, and he's there and he's kind of like, "Oh, what are they doing?" Thinking that he was getting pranked.
I know.
And then next thing you know, it wasn't. It was pretty intense. Like the videos, they like the SWAT and everything of like
Yeah.
how they're all with guns out and they're making them walk with their hands behind their back. It was crazy. But a lot of rumors were going around. One of the big ones, and the reason why we're bringing it up is because like a lot of people were thinking like, oh, that they sold fakes, they were took like forgery, all this stuff, and it was kind of sucked because it put a bad taste in like I know Gary was pissed because it was like he just collabed with them. Why would like no one knew though, these were established company. It wasn't like they were just
I mean, they're,
random.
like you said, huge.
Crazy following. But now it's coming out a little bit more news officially that it was because they were caught with like a bunch of stolen goods. So like basically over $500,000 worth of like Nike sneakers, Jordan, stuff like that, and even some clothes as well. Which is pretty wild. It was like over 2,000 pairs and like a bunch of boxes of stuff. So who knows? The news is still out there to figure out like, did they know? Was it, obviously they're buying huge amounts of product from people and maybe they got conned into something not knowing about it, or maybe they did know about it and they've been kind of shady ever since. But a lot of people are coming out now like, oh, they've always been shady or this is that and whatever. And it just kind of sucks because it's like, we love VeeFriends. That Gary thing was cool. The hats say like cool kicks on the side. Like obviously he collabed with them and he was kind of pissed though because it's like, what the hell? And this guy got arrested and yeah, it was pretty wild.
I mean, yeah, like I feel like they knew. Maybe they'll be able to get away with acting like they didn't, but it is just wild because, like, once again, like, it's just funny with the collab. Like, the VeeFriends community is, for the most part, like, they're pretty good people. Like, Gary does really preach, like, all these, like, good, kind qualities. And a lot of them are like, I'm not rocking this thing anymore because I don't want to have this, like, brand on my hat. I mean, I'm still gonna wear mine, but it is a little annoying.
I mean, the first thing I thought of, I'm not gonna lie to you, like my hat got delivered like a day or maybe two before this, and I was like, "Oh, good thing it got delivered before."
We may not have gotten them.
Because like imagine all this inventory of stuff that I mean, granted, there's probably other people that did other auctions and that stuff never went out.
It's funny though. It's actually Nikki had saw somewhere online that if all this does go down, that it ultimately was proven fraud, that they may start having to be sending out refunds for a bunch of shit that they've sold. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Would be interesting. So we're giving a lot of stuff away too. It was a crazy stream. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie. That was the first
dude,
time really checking it out.
that stream was crazy. Also, it's just funny because when Gary was like trying to give away some free shit, he was the other guy, the owner of Cool Kicks, was getting a little like sketch out. Like, you can't do that. Like, part of me is like, because he doesn't want to be audited.
Hey,
Like,
it's on
because Gary
his
was like,
thing.
I will give someone right now $1,000 in cash. He's
Yeah.
like, no, we got to give
He's
him a
like,
gift
no,
card.
yeah, not cash. Gotta give him a fake gift card. But yeah, it was a wild,
It'll be
wild
interesting
story.
to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I wanted to bring it up just because it's interesting. We don't talk about a lot of stuff like that, but it's in the collectible space because obviously
totally.
they're selling sneakers and that's a huge collector world and stuff. But obviously the little
They also
collab
sell
with Gary too.
Labubus. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
everything. Oh
Dude,
yeah, the head. I think it was huge. They gave
but-
it away. I think actually.
But
Oh no, they
that's
auctioned
they
it. They
sold that
auctioned
for
it.
like $30,000.
$30,000. Yeah,
That
that was
shows
wild.
like they have high rollers in that. But like
Yeah.
his entire wall was like basically every Labubu product and like a bunch of the harder to get Miniso like keychains. I'm like, were they fake?
Yeah. Yeah, it's intense. I don't know. I am more on like maybe they got stuff shady and stolen more than fake. But like either one is terrible, so who knows?
Yes.
But we'll see if there's more news coming out. But I think we'll end it with Funko news. So we got one more thing here.
Interesting.
And it is an interesting thing that Funko, as of today, like right before we were recording, came out with a post, a little reel. And it's a little teaser to something that they're going to be coming out with soon. And there's not much to it in the sense of like, is it guaranteed to be this or a product, or is it just a funny way of unveiling something? But it just looks a little too similar to something else. And, you know,
Just a little.
It literally says, pull to open, unboxing our next big reveal on October 7th. So when you guys see this episode, listen to this episode, whatever, this will be out already. But while we're recording, it's not. But it's coming soon. It's got a little woodsy background, like who knows what it is. And then there's an animation of them literally peeling something down, which looks like a tear
into a
looks
thrill.
Exactly like the Thrilljoy one. Let's just call it spade spade.
Exactly, which no other companies look like that.
No, like it's I mean, the tear thing is a thing because obviously like the Labubus and stuff, they're smaller. Yeah, they're smaller on the top. You pull it across the side. This is going down the back, like very much like the tear into the thrill, quote unquote. And like people are commenting, tear into the thrill and reveal the seal. Oh wait, like because everyone's going nuts. But like other people are just like, oh, I'm so excited. What is this? But most of the world knows, like, it's like, wow, there's a lot of people saying, like, oh, this is like Thrilljoy. Is this a Thrilljoy thing? But it got us thinking, like, we've been saying this forever. We've been screaming it from the rooftops that they need to do this. They obviously listen to our podcast.
Of course.
Because they started coming out with little things with the New York Comic Con and mystery bag DC crap that's going to be coming out. And now they're going to come out with a product that is going to be the tear mystery product that we have been talking about. We're announcing it here today, guys. We are collaborating with Funko. We are the reasons why this tear box exists. Thank you, Funko.
Thank you.
Things are going to take off from here.
See us at the Funko booth. We'll be behind there.
We'll be there ripping and tearing.
With Tristan.
Collector Miggs and Collector Charlie Tear. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a blind box, I'm assuming. Again, no one knows yet, but we'll know in a few hours probably. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think the way that they're showing this, even if they don't like the whole, I mean, it's such a ripoff of Thrilljoy. Like, there's so other ways they could have done it, and like I don't know if it's legitimately a coincidence or
like it could just be the real and the artwork. Maybe the actual product doesn't do it like that. But I feel it's like weird.
You have to know. You have to know. Like whoever made that has to know it looks like Thrilljoy. And it's just funny. Some people are saying like, "Oh, is it a comeback of the far?" Like, do you remember they had like those Forest characters? At one point, they really tried to make stuff for kids. It was like a plushie in a book. It was didn't work out, so I don't know why they come back. I'm also reading the comments, which it's funny. I'm a little confused. Some people are saying Bluey. I don't understand. Like, I've seen every episode of Bluey, huge Bluey household, and like, unless I'm just mistaken, like if this imagery wouldn't be Bluey. I don't know, but I also think it's weird for them to announce this like with the product that's coming out at New York Comic Con, unless this is now going to be like that new SKU we were talking about. Like, is this going to be their new like mystery product? I don't know. It's just so funny because, and I know some of our listeners have been getting a little upset with us when we do this, and myself included. I never thought I'd be this person, but like, I'm just like kind of over Funko. I thought about like, I don't even want one of those DC pops anymore. I know in the last episode we talked about, I was like, oh, I want to get that. Like, I don't. The only Funko products I want in your Comic Con is VeeFriends, and that's because it's a VeeFriends product, not because it's Funko.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree though. I mean, I was already kind of like about the DC one because, like I said, I didn't like the way they did it. I didn't like what they chose or whatever. But like, I won't say that I hate a mystery product from Funko,
I like
because we've been saying this. I'm telling you, like, we have been talking about this for a very long time, and they got rid of the one that was their most exciting product, which was a soda, and it's been a very long time. And if they want to come back and do something very similar to that,
sodas,
that is awesome. And like, if it's in a cardboard box, it's cheaper than a tin, and that's the way they're gonna do it now. Like, okay, do it. But like, I really hope it's not like exactly like what this looks like, which is literally tearing
into the thrill.
This is the Thrilljoy. Like, it's crazy. But you know, it is what it is. I guess they're so late in the game that at one point, regardless of what they did, it was going to be almost like they were biting off of somebody else. Because
agreed,
even if they did like the tear on the top, we'd be like, oh, they're doing it like Labubu's, you know, like it still would have been there. But it's just funny to see that it's like, come on, Brian, like, you know, that connection. And if this is what it's going to look like, but like, who knows? I just hope it is something kind of cool and exciting and, you know, cheap and easy to grab, and you can get a lot of them and stuff, because it would make it exciting. Like, I'm assuming they're not going to do like a Funko Pop size Funko Pop thing. Maybe it's a little smaller.
I do not want that.
Yeah, like I would hope it's very, very accessible, smaller, but not like necessarily a very mystery mini type thing. But we'll see. It's very early, and obviously while we're recording this, we don't know. But when you guys are listening, watching, like I said, you probably will know already what it's going to be. But you know, feel free to
just bring back sodas
talk about
and call
it in the comments. But yeah, I mean, that's what it should have been. But
in those exact same figures, but in a cardboard box.
Yeah,
because you'd get Migs back.
Dude, I went to my not to go sidetrack, but I went to my storage yesterday morning, for the first time in like months. Like, I haven't really been over there in a while, and it was because I had to bring a box of Thrilljoy, all the Thrilljoys I've been getting, couple pops, couple random, like I had the Art Clown pops, couple of those and stuff like that, right? So I put those all in a box. I'm not really displaying stuff like that anymore, so I put them all in a box, and it's been in behind me, actually. Like, you probably wouldn't have known on an episode because it's on the floor, but it was behind me for like almost a month in this box. And I took it to storage, and when I went into storage, I forgot how much stuff I had in there, because it's literally all just Funko products. It's insane how many boxes I have. But I have bins. I have a duffel bag and multiple bins of sodas, and it's insane. I keep forgetting how many sodas I had. It's crazy. They're all in there. It's nuts. Commons, chases, like a mix. But yeah, it would kind of get me back. But I mean, this is going to get us back, because, you know, paychecks are probably coming in the mail soon for us for this product that we created with Funko, and it's going to be exciting.
Agreed. I'm down to tear into the Funko thrill.
Yeah. Like, let's just see what they're going to call it and see what they're going to say.
It is funny, though. I do want it to be a product that, like, it's just so funny, even though I still love Thrilljoy and I like being an inbox collector, but I The reason I love the Pop Mart products is you rip them out, they're sick, you throw out the box, and it's a figure. Oh, that's what I think I loved about sodas, and I really want. I wish Thrilljoys were that way. I know you could do it, but it's a shame to throw out that box and not keep it in it.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm even
Which kind of
thinking
sucks.
now.
It's almost like they did such a good job with the box that you don't want to do that. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
even
But
the parts that you tear out, like I have thrown those away. But even those, you're like, do I hold on to these?
I
Do I
agree.
just like fold
Their
them up and we put
packaging's
them together? Like,
immaculate.
So it's funny. But yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
This was a jam-packed episode. A lot of great stuff. Very
Yes.
excited. It's the week of New York Comic Con. In a couple of days, we will be at New York Comic Con at the Javits Center. If you guys, definitely, most importantly, if you guys will be there and you see us, say what's up. We'll say hi to everybody. That if we recognize you guys, you recognize us. Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll be kind of at certain booths, which we've already told you. So if you were listening and you're at any of those booths, look out for us because most likely we will be at some of them. And yeah, other things. Obviously, there's always stuff that catches our eye that maybe we didn't know about right away. But I believe, I don't think you got really many, but I believe this year we're not doing too many like meet and greets and autographs and
No, I
pictures,
got
things like
nothing.
that. So like it's gonna be straight up just artist alley and the main floor and looking
Yep.
at things, and we'll be around. Maybe we'll record stuff. Try to make it fun, but we'll be out there,
We'll
and
try to get Gary Vee
hopefully
on
we'll be
Collector
have some.
Chatter.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. Hopefully we'll have some type of giveaway thing, maybe something that we'll give out. We're hoping the timing works, but
Yeah.
definitely check us out over there. But yeah, that's going to be it for the episode. Again, this is the last one right before New York Comic Con, so we are very excited. Cannot wait.
Yes. So, as always, make sure you're following us at Instagram at Collector Chatter because that's where you're going to see what the cool giveaways are going to be. So make sure you're there. And obviously, at Collector_makes, at Collector_Charlie. But then, if you're listening to a podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, please make sure you're following us, leave us a review. But then come on over to YouTube where you can, especially for this episode, so you can see everything that we're talking about. And when you're there, please subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. Please like the video too. All this stuff really does help us. Make sure you comment. We always interact with every comment. And then hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We're super pumped, like Meg said, for New York Comic Con. We cannot wait. We're going to get some awesome stuff there to chat about. And as always, collecting is the way. Later, everyone.
Peace out.